My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of Alvin and the Chipmunks The Squeakquel. Not Alvin and the Chipmunks The Sequel, but Alvin and the Chipmunks The Squeakquel, because they're chipmunks. Brilliant! But anyways, I did grow up watching this movie. I actually remember in December 2009, and I am ashamed of this, but I was given a choice between seeing Avatar for the second time in theaters or seeing this movie for the first time. And I can't comprehend this now, but I chose this movie over Avatar. Ugh. Ooh. And I did love it. I did call this movie art, and I rewatched it so many times on DVD. But it's been quite a while since I watched it. Like 12, 13, 14, maybe 15 years. But so I just rewatched it. And it's definitely not as good as I once thought. But I still don't think it's a bad movie. Like, this is a movie you could still watch and be entertained enough. So let's begin by talking about the cast. And Zachary Levi is a good actor. I like him in the Shazam movies, and I thought he was great in The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. He's also great in Tangled, so the guy's got talent, but I truly despise his performance here. He is so annoying and unlikable, and they just give this guy kind of the same arc they gave Dave in the first movie, but it just feels redone and not done well. So yeah, I really didn't like him here. David Cross knows what kind of movies these are, and he fully embraces it. He has plenty of personality, and he's so over the top, and he's very entertaining. Jason Lee, I do find it to be a weird decision to write Dave out of the second movie. Like, why would you do that? But in his minimal screen time, he still just phones it in. Like, yeah, he's not good here. Justin Long, Matthew Gray Gubler, and Jess McCartney do a perfectly fine job as the Chipmunks. Christina Applegate, Anna Faris, and Amy Poehler do a perfectly fine job as the Chipettes. Wendy Malick plays the principal who is obsessed with Alvin and the Chipmunks, and she does a fine enough job. And I want to talk about Bridget Mendler, because she's bad here, but it also kind of feels like she was added in reshoots. Like, I think they realized there wasn't a human love story, so they tried to force this romance between her and Toby, and you just don't buy it for a single second. Just a truly abysmal addition here. So, the cast is, it's pretty fine overall, but Zachary Levi does drag this movie down. But what kind of saves it for me is the dynamic between the Chipmunks and the Chipettes. You know, I do like how Eleanor and Theodore are, hold on, actually let me check this. How Alvin and Jeanette are similar, Brittany. Sorry, Alvin and Brittany, Simon and Jeanette, and Theodore and Eleanor. There we go, I got it. I kind of like how similar the characters are and how they just click. I just wish we got more of that dynamic, because the movie has way too much going on. Like, you've got this storyline where Alvin becomes a jock, and it's somewhat entertaining, but I don't know why you would put it in the Chipette movie. You've got this stupid ego plot with Theodore that starts off as a joke, but they legitimately commit lots of time to it, which I found to be a baffling decision, and just everything with Toby sucks. So it's overstuffed, it loses focus of what we really wanted from this movie, and it definitely suffers as a result. Also, just like the first movie, the soundtrack is a bunch of popular songs, but with higher pitches. And some songs are tolerable, but I still find the soundtrack to be pretty shitty. But at the same time, like, what can I expect? Like, like, the Chipmunks, they have high-pitched voices. It's just a given that it was going to sound like this. But look, the movie's light enough, you can be mildly entertained, and there are some funny moments. I actually did find the ending of the movie where Ian comes on stage dressed as the Chipettes to be a very funny joke. And I laughed a few other times. So I really don't think this movie is that bad. Is it a favorite? No. But I don't know. If someone forces you to watch it at gunpoint, you can get through it. So yeah, like, it's mildly entertaining enough. I'll give Alvin and the Chipmunks The Squeakquel a 5 out of 10. I really don't know how much of that is the nostalgia talking, but I always say the worst thing a movie can be is boring and unengaging, and these movies aren't that. Like, they're not great, but they're at least entertaining. So, Alvin and the Chipmunks The Squeakquel, what did you think of it? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin out.